Go.
Alright, my first idea is capitalism. The angle for this will be to teach the audience what exactly capitalism is. It's not exactly something which many people have knowledge about, and it will be a good idea to explain what it is. I also will be explaining how exactly capitalism is affecting people currently, and what age group does it mostly affect and engage. The mode will be interactive mode. This is because there will be a presenter who takes part in the whole documentary. This will mean that the presenter will be in front of the camera a lot and will take part in experiments and interviews. The presenter will take part by going around to different places to see where it's most likely to be engaged with capitalism. It will most likely appeal to an older target audience, such as 16 to 40, as they would have much more knowledge on the subject compared to a younger audience. A younger audience wouldn't really have much knowledge on capitalism, as it is not something which concerns them. I wouldn't expect the audience to know a lot of information, so it could act as a learning procedure for the audience. The key groups which I hope to interview are experts on the subject, as the presenter would not have much knowledge himself on the subject, and the documentary would not be expecting the audience to know much on it either.
I'm thinking with the presenter, you said the presenter not knowing much knowledge. Do you think that'd be a downfall for the documentary? Because you think you want them to have knowledge, so like, he would know at least basics about it instead of not knowing anything at all.
Yeah, but it could act as a learning procedure for the presenter as well, as he's going to go around learning by it himself. So it's kind of like the audience can relate to the presenter as they're learning at the same time about it.
Yeah, good.
Why did you start your target audience at 16 rather than say 18?
Because 16 is a young audience, so it would teach them about it, basically, a younger audience, so they can have more knowledge about it for when they're older.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So basically, it's like basically all this whole subject is like a learning procedure.
Yes, a learning type of documentary, as it's not something that many people know about.
Yeah, so it's for newbies, isn't it? They don't know the subject.
First go straight onto it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, my second idea is alcohol. The angle will be why teenagers want to drink alcohol and for what reasons they have. It will also focus on the bad effects that alcohol has on the human body, and how alcohol is currently affecting the UK, and how many people have knowledge on the effects that it has. The mode will be the expository mode, and this is because there will be a sort of narrative behind the documentary. It's going to provide a voiceover throughout most of the documentary, providing facts and statistics on how alcohol affects the human body. The appeal to the target audience will be 16 to 20. This is because the appeal will be to 15 to 20, as 15 is roughly the age where most teenagers start to become curious about alcohol. As the documentary will be to inform the teenagers about alcohol and the effects, it will need to contain the correct aspects which will appeal to that audience. I wouldn't expect my audience to know much knowledge about alcohol, as they are young teenagers. It will also be a type of learning type of documentary for them. The key groups which I hope to interview are social conventions about alcoholism, to get personal facts and opinions about alcohol and other people's views on the subject who are also suffering from it.
Have you ever thought about like being properly involved with it, being like using the performative mode? Because then you can hang around with a certain group that do drink alcohol, and obviously maybe not being underage, but they do drink alcohol as teenagers. You can hang around and see the effects they have if they drink too much, if they drink less, and see why they do it, and like properly get involved with them, rather than just being on the outside saying, this is a group that just drink and this is how it affects them and that.
Yeah,
You thought about
that's
that?
a good idea. I could consider that actually. Yeah.
What about getting views from an alcoholic point of view?
Yeah, no, that's the social convention.
I see, yeah.
So go to when people have groups and they talk about their own problems and stuff. So like find an alcohol convention somewhere, and then I could
it's good.
Would you also get a side from someone who doesn't drink and believes that, although they may have tried it, believes that it's like wrong and you shouldn't because of what it can do?
Yeah, I could ask like normal people if they have any knowledge about it. And I mean, yeah, there's no people don't drink. Yeah, I could ask them what their views are, or I could have two standing together, one a non-alcoholic and one alcoholic, and then see their views, and they could have a debate or something.
Yeah, like debate. Yeah, like a live debate. That'd be pretty good actually.
That's good. My third idea is social networks. The angle will be how social network has affected teenagers' everyday lives. So it's going to look at the effects which it has on them personally and how it affects their time. The mode will be the participatory mode, and this is because there will be much engagement between the presenter and the subject. It also means that the presenter is going to go to many different places, such as maybe a social network headquarters. The appeal to the audience will be about 13 to 19 this time, as the ages are when you become a teenager, and then 19 is when you stop being a teenager. And then the most people that would already have knowledge on the social networks, and this is because they already have computers and phones and have the availability of using social networks. The key groups which I hope to interview may be a psychologist and talk to them and get their views on how they believe social networks affects teenagers' everyday lives. This will also mean that they will give their own views on how psychologically it affects teenagers' thinking and the time they have on their hands.
You could also interview many young people that have only just got their account on maybe something like Facebook, the social media. You can ask them why have they done it. Is it because they want to be social with their friends, because their friends want it, or because there's been shows called Catfish where plenty of people have gone in it because they're looking for a girlfriend, which is bad. Do you think people got in it for that? There's all different reasons to social media. For
There's
fun,
a lot of different reasons.
for games. Maybe like if you pick a certain reason why, like or you talking about like distracting from school and that.
Yeah, I could consider that as well.
Plenty of different things. You could just maybe pick a couple and then probably go in detail with them.
Yeah, so I could do how it affects the time and thinking, like education, and also what reasons they have to make it.
Yeah.
That's what you said, yeah.
Although I've said this for every other one, you could also think of the negative side. So like how the people who don't go on it will have a reason for why they've stopped going on it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Social media is madness.
That's not what we do.